I had $1 million by the time I was 24 years old. Okay. A year before that, I was making $12,000 a year working at a record store, and I was broke. Okay. So I'm we grew up in a time where millionaire, these days, millionaire doesn't mean as much, but the word millionaire still meant something in my brain when I was 24 years old. So I have $1 million when I'm 24 years old. By the time I'm 26 on MTV, Platinum Records,
Right.
Saturday Night Live, cover Rolling Stone. I mean, I basically did, by my mid-20s, like most of the checklist.
All the boxes,
okay.
Yes.
And I never felt this sense of satisfaction about it. And I couldn't quite understand why, because everybody around me is like, this is fucking incredible. And I was like, it is and it isn't. Okay, so to answer your question, the problem with all of it is it's transactional. Because no matter how many hit songs you write, it's always, what about the next one?
Yeah.
No matter how many records you sold, there's always somebody who's going to sell more records than you. No matter how good you are, there's always somebody telling you, writing online, that you're the worst thing that ever happened. There was always like an asterisk or a qualifier. And even my band at times was transactional with me. I mean, I would write these massive songs and they were kind of like, they didn't give a shit. It was weird.
Why?
Well, that gets into band psychology, and we could talk about it if you want. But just to finish the little spiel, only unconditional love in some facet of your life gives you the proper perspective to appreciate what is great about transactional things, but allows you to see them for what they are, which is transactional. There's no Valhalla at the top of Rock Mountain. There isn't. And I've been there multiple times.
Right.
So when I stand in front of 65,000 people, in my hierarchical mind, my family is still above that.
Right, sure.
I tell my kids all the time, and they're still little kids, and hopefully it'll endure in their brain. I tell them, because they'll come see me play. They'll come on stage with me. I mean, we pull up to where the Mets play in New York, and my daughter goes, how many people am I going to dance in front of today? And I said, well, 41,000. She goes, okay. And then an hour later, she's on stage with me dancing in front of 40,000 people. They're having these immense peak experiences. But I tell them over and over again, no matter what you see Daddy do, no matter what you hear about Daddy, good or bad, you're more important than that. You are so much more important than that to me. I would trade all of this for you. Only unconditional love sort of clarifies what's great and not great about it. And if all you have, and because I came from nothing, it was about, am I on MTV? And if I'm not, I was devastated because I must be doing something wrong.
Well, I get all that because it's ephemeral. Stardom, like beauty, like a lot of things.
You started talking, we started talking, within the context of the political thing. I mean, you were somebody who stood up for decades and talked about free speech and free thinking.
Still do.
And a political part of this country, because you're not willing to march in lockstep, suddenly all the things that you've contributed, suddenly it's out the door. But you've been doing, how many years have you been standing up there in the political maw?
Yeah, 32.
Okay.
On TV, yeah.
So the world we grew up in, that should mean something. Like, well, I'm mad at Bill Maher today, but it has some perspective.
And
now we live in you're either swinging from a rope or you're Chairman Mao.
But yes, but there are still lots of people who appreciate it.
Well, I'm with them.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and that's who I do it for.
Okay.
And you're right. There are others who went for the exits when you don't fully just go for the team, and that is, first of all, it's not helpful. It's not going to elect the right people, and it's worst of all, boring.
It is boring.
It's boring to be predictable. It's what my friend calls "let me guess" politics. Something happens, and let me guess. It's like when there's a shooting. Like right before they even check anything, they know who did it. They know whose side the person was on. Let me guess. Or Trump does something. Let me guess. It's boring, and it's not sophisticated. It's just not sophisticated.
Well, that's why I took myself out of the political discourse, because I couldn't. I've had a very unique life, and it's not everybody agrees, but the point is, I've had a unique perspective. I've been in the White House. I've met smart people like you. I've been behind the wizard's curtain 500 times. I have a very unique perspective on the way the world works. It's not for everybody, but you can't say I don't have a unique perspective. Not many people have climbed up that particular mountain for that length of time. And when you can't have a nuanced, intelligent discussion that's not even trying to make a point to somebody, just like, let's just talk. And hey, by the way, based on my experiences, this is the way I read the football
No,
field.
and that's why I love to have people like Charlie Kirk sit there as he did, because I'm not going to agree with most of what he says.
Yeah.
First of all, he was very Christy and all that.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist, but it's okay. He's a human being and not a dummy. And unless people get it through their thick fucking skulls, you're going to have to talk to people. Let me tell you something, Bill. We've had over 200 guests here sitting in that chair. I would guess at least a quarter of them say something that is full-on bonkers, in my view.
Okay.
You know, like, we didn't land on the moon.
Okay.
Shit like that.
Or
and maybe
I licked her back and...
Or that is the least crazy thing. You're not in that category.
Okay.
So far. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we got
maybe
we got a few minutes.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. But if you start just dismissing people for anything other than just the most kind of egregious, you know, I'm a Nazi and I'm proud of it, although even Kanye has survived, and I'm not for canceling him either.
Mm-hmm.
He sat here once, we didn't air it because I would have been canceled. Or, you know, I'm a cannibal, not like an Army Hammer cannibal who was not a cannibal, and he sat here, and I was happy to rehabilitate him. But an actual cannibal, you know, unless it's something like so out there, you know, you just got to get over yourself and talk to these people. And for all those assholes who are like, you know, I can't believe you talked to Trump. Okay, I'm not even going to go into why that's such a stupid opinion, but just where does it end? All right, I can't talk to him. Who's next? People who voted for him? Can I not talk to Joe Rogan?
Right.
Can't even talk to him. What about Sylvester Stallone? He's such a great guy. Stallone, Rocky. Really? I can't talk to him? Fuck off with this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. We got back onto that. I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to.
No, I wasn't trying to lead you there.
No, it's on my mind. It's on our minds. It's terrible. Let me tell you something. I got off the road. I'm so glad I did last year. I mean, at the end of last year. I wouldn't want to be out there right now. It's getting a little chippy. It's getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah. Well,
and,
let's hope from this moment that there's no more of that.
If I were you, I would stay out of it.
Oh, I know I do.
You're in front of 65,000 people. That's not a security.
No, I leave it to.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, and I don't, because at one point I wondered if I was compromised, meaning like, should I be saying certain things when I feel, you know, like a day like today? It's like, should I say something or not? Or just let me finish. No, but because I want to make sure I'm clear, because I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying. My best contribution is art.
Yes.
You're a person who lives in the political firestorm weekly.
It's my job.
You chose that.
Yes.
And
correct.
You're great at it, and you talk to people behind the scenes. You have very illuminated people on from every walk of the political stripe. Okay. So I'm more of a leave it to the people who are in the fight. And I use that word loosely because obviously...
I want you to, because first of all, you know, you're an eloquent, elliptical lyricist. Let that speak for itself. Yes. You don't need to give them a reason when you're in front of a crowd like that.
Well, I also came to the conclusion that I'm never going to exactly say what I want to say, not in a song. Like my gift is to say it in a song.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So if I really want to contribute, then write Imagine or Bullet with Butterfly Wings. You know, that's my contribution. That's what the God that I believe in animated me to do. The other stuff is really for people who want to be in it on a daily level, and I can respect and appreciate that even if I don't always agree.
Right.